Oh, it's warm out here. I've got into the place that's in there. Yellowstone. There's only like a little narrow corridor going through to a rear entrance area where there's some fairly cheesy looking places to stay. It's not going to be one of my illustrious stopovers, but cheap and nasty. One night I think I could handle it. So just head up this way. I haven't been up here before, so we'll give that give it a go. See what I can find. That's actually just across the road from where I was dropped off. It's actually just that's where it was there, where the massage girl's lying. So familiar territory. Yeah, it's pretty warm at the moment. It's about 1:30, and I went past the 7-Eleven where I was the other day, so I'm in the same area. I walk further down the road, all these places, and there's not much really that inspires me, to be quite frank. So, it's a hardcore tourist area. I think I'm glad I'm only going to be one night here. I think I've got a poxy room in a probably an overpriced town, and it's supposed to be a decent value Thai place up the road a bit further. Whether I'll be bothered going all that way, I don't know. We'll see. I may be better off eating in Phuket town tomorrow. I got a feeling that I'll get so much better value for my baht. I'm paying 800 baht for the room today. I mean, it's nice to be in a proper room, but it's very basic. So the hut had a lot more charm, even though the room's got aircon and a fridge, which is nice. It's one of those rooms, doesn't have any natural light, very little diffuse, nothing direct. It's just your real basic flop house thing, so nothing to write home about. So here's probably most of the action will be taking place down at the beach, I would imagine. I don't even feel that energetic to go down to the beach, to be quite frank. So we'll see. But this is Ayanang Beach on a Sunday afternoon. And it's not exactly bopping. But I'll go to the 7-Eleven and get myself some grog before 2 o'clock when they stop selling it, and get some chips and just retreat back into my room, because it is quite warm out. So I think I'll retreat there for a couple of hours and maybe come out late afternoon and finally get round to checking one of those cocktails. See how we go. But, 7-Eleven's just up here, I think. Got all the multinationals, McDonald's. Fairly soulless, just a tourist town. Here's the 7-Eleven. So I'll just pop in there and get the essentials, Singer, and see how we go. I've just had my first 99 baht cocktail. This place, very informal, in plastic. So as advertised, it's all true, yeah, so it's got a reasonable kick. It's good actually, it's quite nice having a cocktail outside and people walking past. It's not bad. I first said G&T, you didn't get it, so I don't know what they call me. Anyway. Yeah, well that was okay. I'm trying to think. Yeah, actually it's a little cheaper than the ones you get at the gin house. I think they work at about $6 equivalent. So it's nice having it on the having a cocktail on the actual street. So. Let's have a wander around the beach area, sunset. And I might check out the Thai family restaurant. Looks okay. It's quite crowded this time of day. Very crowded. Probably because it's actually a little cooler. It's actually more conducive to having a wander. It's a warm breeze, but it's not too bad, and the sun's not hit. No more sun, so that's the beauty of it. And it's quite an attractive looking horizon there. Yeah. Noisy longboat. Very noisy. Extremely noisy longboat. Oh, this will be my last beach experience. I was actually thinking I could go down to Bung Tao again for a few days if I find that the atmosphere in Saigon really gets to me. So I'm thinking about it because it would definitely clear the lungs. It's quite clean in Bung Tao, and I mean I've paid so little for my room for the last 20 days. It's at a rate of about $20 a night. I can afford to just leave my luggage in there and have a couple of nights down in Bung Tao, maybe book an Airbnb room just for a couple of nights. So that's a definite possibility. Just depends how I react. If my breathing goes bad again, because I looked at the air pollution index in Saigon and it's unhealthy again, so it's regressed. So I don't know. I don't really want to subject myself to such bad air, so that's seem to have an area at the top of the barber shop there. Not barber shop, green curry shop. God, that's my eyesight. I can't see the sign. It's very attractive here at night.
Tomorrow night, come watch real Muay Thai.
Here we go, more kickboxing. There's another van advertising kickboxing.
9 o'clock at the Ao Nang Krabi Stadium. All kinds of 5 rounds of that.
Never stops. Mind you, get them in Chiang Mai as well. So it's not just here, it's a general Thai thing. But I think they are primarily aimed at tourists as opposed to locals. Well, obviously they're talking English, so obviously it's aimed at tourists. It is very nice here. But something I didn't discover last time I came down here, because I got picked up at 5:30, and I think it's already about 6 o'clock or so. Yeah, 6:03. So here's the eyesore again. I don't know what the hell that is, a crab or something. Do they have this? What's going on? There's a whole lot of, I presume they're lady boys. And they're all dressed up in gowns, and there's several groups of them, presumably spruiking for business, either for the cabaret or just for restaurants. I'm not sure what the story is, but yeah, they certainly don't look alluring to me. It's pretty obvious that they're not of the East region inclined. But anyway, that's Yeah, I haven't seen that before. At least they're not aggressive by looks of things. Some can be very bad that way. I mean, they are guys after all, so they've got plenty of testosterone floating around. But, yeah, I presume those people, tourists probably paid to have a photo taken with them, I'm not sure. But it wouldn't have surprised me if they abused me by just taking a long shot. You just don't know. Oh, it's nice. It's quite a breeze. It's actually quite pleasant. And I might head to the restaurant, I think. But super touristy. I never envisaged it being this busy. And it can't be that busy because the place I'm staying at, most of the rooms seem to be vacant. So, I mean, given the coronavirus happening, I guess it doesn't help. It's definitely have an effect upon people travelling at the moment. But I don't know if that's the story anyway. Yeah, I was surprised because it's a cheap place where I'm staying. I would have thought that it'd fill up, but no. I just ate there at that family restaurant. They're doing a decent trade for a Sunday. Not overly impressed. The service was fine, had no problem there. The prices weren't too bad. I had calamari, fried calamari, which was 120 baht, which is $6. And Morning Glory, small one, but it was big enough for me, and that was 60. So about $10 all up, $9 to be exact. But the calamari, nothing special there. I think probably wasn't cooked at the right time or temperature. I don't think it wasn't. It didn't. It really. I couldn't cut it with my teeth. So you know, should have been a little more pliable on that. So I think maybe it wasn't perfectly cooked. But you know, I'm being pedantic. But like I say, it does reasonably well. It's right in the tourist area, but it's off the street a little bit. So yeah, I mean, it's okay, but nothing. Like I say, I've had better. But it's good to fill the belly, and I really want my greens, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now I'll just go and get myself some booze. I'm certainly not going to buy it at the restaurant. I'll get it at the 7-Eleven and get myself some nuts and just retire for the night, I think. I don't think I really want to do anything else tonight. There's nothing. I don't want to really party on. I'll do all that in Saigon. Pity I can't take the air from here to Saigon, but that's about the only thing I'm going to miss, really. I mean, they've got some nice views there. If I went swimming in the water, I guess it would be good. It looks like a decent beach. But I'm just worried about leaving my valuables in the room. Although at least this place, it's nothing special as a room, but it does have the basics. It's got a safe and a fridge, and the internet seems to be working okay. So yeah, it's got the basics. So that's okay. But it's a pretty gaudy looking place, and there's no natural light. I'm only there for one night, so I don't really give a rat's. But as long as I can just bed down, get some sleep, and I've got to head off at between 10 and 10:30 tomorrow on the minibus, first to Krabi Town, and then off to Phuket Town. So it'll take a couple of hours. So it's going to be a long day in the minibus. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, heading up to the 7-Eleven. The booze and nuts. Hopefully not as crowded as last time. Some guy's doing his weekly shop, I think, in front of me. Took forever to get served. Hopefully it's not as busy.